How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to Amatsutsumi. The last episode was a lot. There was just a lot going on. We went from donuts to, I guess, body weight being possibly problematic, to finally finding out what the issue is between Koichi and Kyouko, because it's always been a little awkward between those two. And now we know. Now we know why, and I kind of predicted it. It's because Suzuka was actually his 1 year older sister, who, of course, now we know, passed away. And whenever he was younger, he kind of blamed her for it. But now that he's kind of grown up, he knew that that was wrong. But it's just a little weird between them, and that's understandable. It is. So now that that's out of the way, it's Tuesday. Not really sure what the significance in that is. It'll be interesting to see what happens next, because there's obviously some form of a time limit that we have on Kyouko having her fun here with ghostly Suzuka. After getting Kyoko's permission, I arranged for her and Koichi to meet. Ooh. The location is the same as yesterday, the school courtyard. The two of them stand facing each other silently for a while. It's hard to tell from their faces what exactly they're thinking, but I'm sure a lot of emotions are going through their minds. I deliberately keep out of it, trusting that they'll naturally handle it on their own. If they can't do it themselves, then there was no point to this meeting anyway. Although I might have been the trigger, they need to take it from here. I look at the spot next to Kyouko. Suzuka is probably standing there. How does she see Kyouko? And her own little brother, what does she feel about them?
久しぶりだな。朝比奈とこうやってまともに話すの。
Koichi eventually makes the first move.
そうですね。何年ぶりでしょう。
Kyouko jumps a little at his voice, but she doesn't look away from him.
たく、同じクラスだってのに何やってたんだか。情けねえ。ずいぶん迷惑かけちまったな。
He hits himself lightly on the head and rubs his hair.
それは私の方です。鈴鹿を大切なお姉さんを奪ってしまったのは私なんですから。謝って済むことでないのは分かっていますが、本当にごめんなさい。
いや、朝比奈のせいじゃないさ。顔を上げてくれ。
He shakes his head with a sad smile.
誰のせいでもない。運が悪かった。本当にそれだけなんだと思う。逆のパターンだって十分あり得たはずだ。
The other way. In other words, Suzuka could have survived and Kyouko died.
もっと言えば、二人とも死んでいた可能性だってあったわけだろ。鈴鹿はその最悪の結果に抗って朝比奈を助けたんだ。だから朝比奈を恨むっていうのは鈴鹿の気持ちを無駄にすることなんだよな。
浅川くん。
He smiles and stretches out his right hand a little awkwardly.
随分遠回りしちまったが、友達としてやり直したい。これが俺の正直な気持ちだ。朝比奈はどうかな。
もちろん、私も浅川くんと友達になりたいです。
You know, her luck has really turned around and she's actually accomplishing the goal that she set out to accomplish. But it makes me feel worried. You know, we're in a peaceful moment now, but there's obviously some strange stuff going on, so I'm sure something is bound to break this nice streak of happiness eventually. She shakes his hand and tears spill from her eyes. Like, I'm happy to see this, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see happiness out of these lovely characters, but I just know something is bound to happen. After we part with Koichi, Kyouko says that she wants to talk things over with me, so we make our way to the library prep room. Kyouko sits down in a chair and breathes out deeply, as if to expel the heat from her body. I sit down opposite her so we can talk more easily. I guess I should say good work. I'm glad you were able to make up with Koichi.
はい、ありがとうございます。誠くんのおかげです。このお礼、どうやってしたらいいんでしょうか。
Like I said, or like I keep saying, you don't have to worry about that. You've done all kinds of things for me already, Kyouko.
はい。誠くんならそう言うと思っていました。それでも、やっぱり感謝していますし、何かしないと気が済みません。もちろん、自分のわがまま、気持ちの押し付けだということは分かっています。だから、これは私の甘えなんです。
She smiles shyly and looks deep into my eyes. Kyoko's so cute, even sensual. She's overflowing with the kind of irresistible charm that really gets a man going.
誠くんがいなかったら、私は今もここに一人で閉じこもっていましたから。あの時と比べたら、今の私は生まれ変わったようなものですね。何度も言うようですけど、誠くんにはどれだけ恩を返しても返し足りないくらい、本当に心の底から感謝しているんです。ですから、誠くんのために何かしたい。どんなことでもします、私。
She looks at me helplessly. I can tell she's absolutely serious. She really is willing to do anything for me. I didn't even use a kotodama on her.
だから、お願いします。私に、誠くんのために何かさせてください。身の回りのお世話でも、使いっ走りでも、命令してください。
You put me in a tough situation. I really don't know what to tell you. If I command her to do something, it'll just turn into a kotodama.
すみません。誠くんを困らせたいわけではなかったんですけど。
As far as I'm concerned, just being my friend is already more than enough.
それは当然のことですから、もっと、こう、明確な形が欲しいというか。
I already have a feeling where this is going, alright? Just spill it already.
私
Come
がわ
on.
がままを言い過ぎなんでしょうか。そうです。
She looks down at the table sadly. I'm starting to feel bad for her. Isn't there anything I can ask her for? Well, let's see. You're really willing to do anything at all.
はい。どんな小さなことでも遠慮なくどうぞ。
She looks up at me again, smiling in anticipation. Seeing her face lit up with expectation like that makes me want to bully her just a little. Oh my god. In that case, how about we continue what we were doing the other day?
この間の続き？
She cocks her head to the side, puzzled. The way she's so defenseless sometimes is one of the cutest things about her. It's a different kind of cuteness from Kokoro's, but cuteness all the same. That's right, don't you remember? You were reading that romance novel and we decided to act out one of the scenes from the book and then... The puzzlement clears from her face as she nods, and she nods. But then... She realizes what I mean, and her face lights on fire. Just now I thought about various things I might ask for. And I realized what I really want from you is to let me help you with something you want. In other words, I want you to let me grant your wish. What do you think? That day, my kotodama revealed that she was hoping I'd kiss her, and that we might go even further. And that's how I wanted to, or that's how I know it wasn't a lie or a joke. It's what she actually wanted deep down. And of course, I'd love to give it to her too. Making love to Kyouko was even one of the last regrets I weaved into the kotodama I spoke at Azuki-san's deathbed. Wait, it was? I'll never forget the way I felt that night, and I owe it to myself to grant my own wishes too when I can.
そのお気持ちはすごく嬉しいんですけど、でも、あれの続きって、その、要するに。
Right, that day you said you thought I was going to kiss you and you hoped that I would, didn't you? You even wondered if we could go even further than that. Technically, I forced her to say it with my kotodama, but it's true that she was thinking it to herself. So I thought maybe you were interested in that kind of thing or had a desire to do it one day.
それは、
Even her ears are red now, and her voice is becoming mumbly. Sitting face to face with me, but too embarrassed to meet my eyes, she looks off in a strange direction.
確かにありますけど、その、したことないので。
Oh, really? She's a virgin. I thought so.
当たり前ですよ。そんなことする相手、今までどこにも。でも、誠くんは違うんですよね。
Yeah, this wouldn't be my first time.
よかった。
I thought she might actually be unhappy that I'm not a virgin, but she actually seems relieved instead. Still, when she slowly turns back to face me, she looks troubled. You don't want to after all.
いえ、わかりました。しましょう、続き。いえ、させてください。
Apparently, she's made her decision. Okay. I'm happy just to be able to share a kiss with Kyouko. If it leads to something more, that'll be even better. So this is where we were, kinda. I bring my face closer to hers. It almost seems like I'm cornering her, but maybe from her perspective, that's exactly what I'm doing. Seeing her face up close, I can really see how overwhelmingly attractive that she is, and something stirs in my chest. Her fair, smooth skin, her long, delicate eyelashes, her plump, sensuous lips. To be a little vulgar, she has the kind of smoking hot body a man would die for. I reach out and touch that body. I can tell that she's nervous. As my fingers touch her lower back, she trembles and lets out a whimper. Are you nervous? Did that feel ticklish? I doubt it would do much good to tell her to try to relax.
いえ、大丈夫です。
You know,
私のことはお気になさらず。
I feel like this is a little rushed, but it's not an H scene. It's not. Yet. Okay, I won't. Oh. As I reach out to stroke her cheek, I realize something. I just realized Suzuka is probably seeing all of this. She gasps. I guess she had forgotten too. It's only natural, though, since her mind was far too occupied with other matters.
大丈夫そうです。ほら。
She takes my hand and looks toward the corner of the room. Excuse me, you're right. Suzuka is sitting on the floor, apparently fast asleep. Wow, what a coincidence. I didn't know ghosts could sleep.
授業中、私は相手ができないので、鈴鹿の方で察してくれるようになったみたいです。
I see. That means she's already developed into something resembling a well-mannered child. She really is changing fast. Then let's continue.
はい。
Oh, nope, never mind. I think we're going into that territory. I bring my face close to Kyoko's and insert my tongue between her slightly open lips. Wow, they're just jumping guns now. Yep, they're gonna be jumping some guns right now. I'll tell you that much. I suck gently on Kyoko's lips, then break away with a wet smacking sound. Kyouko stares at me and blinks her eyes in surprise. Kyouko freezes up for a moment and then slowly brings her fingers up to her lips. Then a second later, Kyoko's face flushes scarlet like a rose in bloom.
今、キスしたんですよね。
It wasn't no kotodama. Yep, I did.
そうですか。
When I nod, Kyoko's eyebrows furrow slightly. Judging from Kyoko's expression, I guess I've screwed up. Hey, Kyouko, you didn't like it when I kissed you? You're making a face like it was a letdown or something.
全然、そのようなことは全くありませんから。ダメだとかでは、むしろ、良し悪しを判断できる状態ではなくて。
What do you mean? When I tilt my head in confusion, Kyouko continues, face still red as a beet.
せっかく、初めてのキスを、誠くんとしたのに、急すぎて、全く覚えていませんでした。
Didn't seem sudden to me. Oh, so that's what was bothering her. Well, in that case, how about I give you one more so you can get a better sense of what it's like? I reach to Kyoko's downturned face and tilt her chin up with my hand. Did we lock the door, by the way? Like, just wondering. And without wasting another second, I press my lips against hers. This time, it's not just our lips touching. I stick my tongue into Kyoko's mouth and entwine it with hers. Damn, they are skipping steps, man. Like, many. At least I'm pretty sure. Kyoko's tongue is warm and tastes slightly sweet. I stretch my tongue out and lift up Kyoko's tongue as she tries to push further down to the back of my throat. They're wrestling. You actually have to wrestle with your tongues when you kiss somebody, or else, like, you're the weaker person. The sides of Kyoko's mouth caress my tongue from its tip to its surface to its underside. Why do visual novels, like, when they're entering age scenes like this, have to describe all of this? I'm pretty sure this is, like, completely unnecessary. Like, details are cool and all, but, like, sometimes I feel it's a bit much. Is that just me? It's probably just me. When our lips separate, Kyouko starts inhaling hurriedly as if she suddenly remembered how to breathe. Were you holding your breath? You have a nose.
びっくりして忘れていました。次はもう少し上手にできると思います。
No need to apologize. I didn't get the hang of kissing at first either.
そうですか。
Anyway, what'd you think? Of the kiss, you weren't as nervous this time, right? I flash her a smile and Kyouko looks up at me shyly.
今のも急だったのでよくわかりませんでした。
Wow, we really are not getting anywhere.
ですので、そのもう一度していただければ。
You'll know what it feels like if you do it one more time?
はい。多分ですけど。
Really? You should just come out and say you want to kiss.
すみません。
I think you should be a little more straightforward about what you want, Kyouko, especially with stuff like this.
素直な欲求。誠くんにめちゃくちゃにとかですか？
Jesus Christ. I wasn't expecting that. Is that really what you want me to do?
少し大胆だったでしょうか。
Well, I guess people have urges, and they have many, I don't know, how can I describe this? Requests that I guess are a bit much, but, you know, it's how they feel. They keep it deep down, I guess you could say. Kyouko sure does say some stuff that's pretty out there sometimes, yeah, there you go. But when I see her fretting like this, I feel my excitement start to rise as well. Well, here we go. It's gamer time.
誠くん、手が当たって。
It wasn't by accident. I'm trying to fondle you. I like how everything has to be described here. Okay, well, I think we can continue along here, because I don't think YouTube will like me to show too much more of this. Not like there's too much more to worry about here. Okay, now, okay, you know what? We are done. We are done. Fantastic. There's probably a few lines that we could have gotten there at the end. I wasn't sure. Let's see, what was it? Lower half of our bodies, yeah, all that. Maybe it was because I was happy about making her feel good that I ended up being too vigorous with her. We still have time before we have to leave school, so I decided to let Kyouko rest like this for a while. Just throw her on the desk, you know? She'll be okay. All right. Wait, did I miss a line there? Even now that our love making is finished, Kyouko lies back in her chair, still looking dazed or even feverish. Even now that our lovemaking is oh, yep, I just read that. Lovely. From time to time, she smiles to herself and covers her face with her hands, perhaps thinking back to what we've just done. But school will be out soon. We can't stay here in the library prep room forever. Kyouko, can you stand? It's almost time for school to end. Do you think you'll be able to make it home?
大丈夫です。
She's gonna be walking with them wobbly legs,
ご
you
心
know?
配なく。
Well, if you say so. It was your first time, so I thought you'd be pretty exhausted.
そうですね。 体は少し疲れてますけど、でも気力はむしろ充実してますか
Her grin doesn't look strained at all. I'm glad.
ら。むしろ自分でもちょっとなんだかふわふわしてる感じがあって、
Okay, yeah, she definitely got them wobbly legs.
なんだかまた一つ世界が開けたような気がします。
It was really good for me, but I'm glad you enjoyed it too, if that's what you mean.
はい、もちろんです。
Good. Well then, let's go, shall we? So I was saying this during the part that's getting cut out, but the Kyouko was our last person of the 4 main female characters that he had to tackle. She was the last one, and now we've tackled them all. We have the Infinity Stones now. We get up, collect our things, and leave the room. Uh-oh. But before we're at the door, Kyouko almost trips, and I catch her.
ごめんなさい。なんだか足がもつれちゃいました。
Maybe you should rest a bit longer.
いえ、本当に大丈夫です。ただ、
But
念のため手をつないでいただけたら嬉しいなって。
sure. I should have done that from the beginning.
ご迷惑をおかけします。
It's no trouble whatsoever. Here, take my hand.
では、お言葉に甘えさせていただきますね。
She tentatively reaches out and takes my hand. Her hand is so warm that I almost start sweating. The 3 of us, Kyouko, me, and Suzuka, start walking side by side. Suzuka, who was still sleeping, woke up when Kyouko called her. She almost seems more like a human being than a ghost now. But that makes it even stranger that she disappears from my vision when I let go of Kyouko. People like Kyouko who can see ghosts really must experience the world in an incredibly different way. She still won't talk to us. Suzuka is looking forward with a blank expression as she walks, holding Kyoko's hand. To be honest, I still don't know what exactly this Suzuka is. A ghost is a human being's soul that has lost its body. At least that's what Kyouko had said. But is it really possible for something without a body, like this Suzuka, to mature over time? At least I've never heard any stories about ghosts that grow older. And where was this Suzuka prior to the day she appeared before us? Kyouko had been living in this town all these years, hoping against all hope to meet her, but she never appeared until now. So is the Suzuka really the same Suzuka who went down to the lake with Kyouko on that fateful day 10 years ago? I don't know. I have no proof beyond the fact that Kyouko believes her to be that same Suzuka. If only Kuichi could see ghosts too, then we might be able to get independent confirmation. However, seeing Kyouko so happy as she looks at Suzuka, I can't help but be glad that things have turned out this way. Oh, but I've still got a bad feeling. I'm glad about it, I really am, and yet I sense something dangerous about it, and you should. There's almost no doubt that this Suzuka is the reason that Kyouko and I can't physically stray apart from each other. And that strongly suggests that there was some kind of transfer of power between the 2 of us. Judging from how I can see ghosts when I touched Kyouko, excuse me, there must be something about each of us that resonates with the others somehow. I'm just hypothesizing, but maybe it's relevant that she comes from a family of priests that has run a shrine for many generations. Maybe there's a trace of divine blood running through her veins too, albeit not as strong as in someone like me or Mana.
Makoto kun, どうかしましたか?
She stops walking and looks at me worriedly, since I've been thinking wordlessly for a while.
男の人もその直後って疲れたりするものなんでしょうか?
Our balls are drained, Kyouko. No, I'm fine. No problem at all. I never thought a girl would ask me something like that. I like the bluntness. Uh-oh. I suddenly realize that Suzuka is looking at me too, just like Kyouko is. Well, regardless of her true nature, the Suzuka exists here right in front of us. And there's no question whatsoever that she is having a positive effect on Kyouko. For now, that is good enough for me. All I can do is pray that things keep going as well as they have so far. Oh, but I know there will be a time where, that ain't happening. The 3 of us keep walking, casting only 2 shadows. Kyouko was in the middle with me on her left and Suzuka on her right. She's smiling. Wow. Kyouko seems truly happy. Kyouko, it's dangerous to be walking without looking where you're going.
すみません。気をつけます。
I think she's in even higher spirits than before. It's understandable though. Just now Suzuka squeezed her hand and smiled at her for her own accord. I smiled back at Suzuka. Kyouko must have noticed Suzuka's rapid growth too.
鈴鹿、だんだん感情、自我が戻ってきていますね。
That does seem to be the case. Technically, I never met Suzuka when she was alive, so I can't really say. But if Kyouko thinks so, she must be right. It's kind of mysterious, really. What exactly is the logic behind it? Obviously, the existence of ghosts is mysterious in and of itself. But even given that, it's strange to think of a ghost that slowly gains its own self-awareness and grows and matures. Mysteries upon mysteries.
なんとなくなんですけど、この鈴鹿は私たちの子供みたいなものじゃないかと思うんです。
Now hold your horses. Our child? You mean you and me? What is this rather sudden metaphor? Is she thinking this way because we just had sex?
はい、
She nods, blushing.
私と誠くんは多分もともと重なる部分があって、
I mean, that is true.
こうしてくっつくと私の力が誠くんにも伝わるのもそれが理由だと思います。
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been thinking.
もしかしたらその逆もあるのかなって。
The opposite.
今まで私がどんなに強く願っても鈴鹿の幽霊と会うことは叶いませんでした。でも誠くんと一緒にいたあの時に鈴鹿は現れた。
That is true. It seems Kyouko was thinking the same thing I was.
だから私の願いを誠くんが叶えてくれたんだってそう思うんです。
You know, the more I think about it, here is my prediction. She had a strong enough whatever she said when she was, I guess, holding our hand or whatever back at the shrine. And she said that it should have been her that died and not Suzuka, which I guess was enough to... I'm just going to assume use kotodama to make it look to the two of them that Suzuka is here, as if she didn't die. Could that be that, you know, a ghost that isn't Suzuka is just masked over to make it look like Suzuka? Or is something happening that's maybe eventually going to affect Kyouko in response because she did say that it should have been her and not Suzuka?
誠くんの力が合わさることで私一人では届かなかった思いが鈴鹿の元へ届いた。
I don't know about that.
それに応えて鈴鹿はやってきてくれたんじゃないかって。
I see. So that's what she means. That explanation is rather convenient for Kyouko, but it is a convincing one to an extent.
ということは私と誠くんの距離が近づけばそれだけ鈴鹿に気持ちが伝わるんじゃないかとかなんてもう推測じゃなくて願望入ってますけど。
You mean that if you and I have sex more, then Suzuka will develop faster? I do feel like the connection between Kyouko and me has become stronger now that we made love to each other. And it's also true that Suzuka looks more definite to me than she did before.
あくまで仮説と呼ぶのもおこがましいくらいの推測ですけど。
Well, since we have so little information, it's as good as a hypothesis as any. But it can only be, or it could also be that Suzuka is just naturally maturing over time. Or it could be a combination of both. If we want to find out, we could have sex again and see what happens. She tightens her grip on my hand in surprise. You don't want to?
いえ、全く私もしたいです。
She looks up at me with a serious look and then realizes what she's just said and looks down in embarrassment. Really, I'll never get tired of looking at this girl. She is a fascinating one. Alright, you guys are gonna hate me, but we're gonna end the episode here. A couple reasons. One, it's 1 in the morning. And 2, I did a whole bunch of talking earlier because I had a project that I was doing. That'll be on the channel eventually. But yeah, we'll end it here, and I'll make up for it in the next episode. Maybe, probably, I don't know. See, it says 1 in the morning. It's late or early, however you want to look at it. But thank you all for watching this episode. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz. And yeah, I'll try to make it up in the next episode, just because I'm a good guy. See you guys.